Greetings. I don't know much what viewers. Legendary Badass here. Motels on the Moon could not make it for our co-stream tonight. We were going to kick off Halo 3. Secret of the Three. I think Motels was dead tired. Works in an old folks' home in some capacity. Not as a nurse, but as like executive assistant or something. And issues being what they were, didn't get a lot of sleep. Couldn't make the stream tonight. I am instead playing a brand new, just launched Xbox Series X version of this particular game. It's called Sable, playing it through Xbox Game Pass. I'm eating a mixture of cashews and Reese's Pieces. And this stream will be fueled by Dwayne The Rock Johnson's ZOA energy drink. The orange. Yes, we've... Wild orange. Wow. That's wild, weird stuff. I feel like Johnny Carson. Kind of saying that. Anyway, so far I would say that the orange, the wild orange it is, it's an improvement over original, which is vague. You launch a brand new drink and you have original flavor. I also have a lemon lime that I'll be tasting, which I hope tastes like Sprite. This tastes a little bit like orange juice more so than orange soda, like Crush. Let's get going here. Check the settings. Because I always want to be hitting that the vertical axis. We don't call it X and Y because it must have threw some kids off. And hold to hover. Alright, well, let's give it a shot. Start a new game. I don't know a whole ton about this. I've seen a little bit of the trailer, the static imagery, in the Microsoft Store, and this has a look about it. It is reminiscent of an 80s graphic novel. Think The Watchmen or The Inkle. Inkle? I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Incal. It's French. Or the novel is. Yeah, this looks like a graphic novel in a lot of ways. But I think it's a 3D world. So you can kind of check out how there's sort of a line art, but there's no shading. So it's like flat shaded polygons, I'm guessing. And it might even be purposely not running at a super high frame rate to give more of an animated look. Like traditional hand-drawn animation, in a sense. Alright, so some person, traveler, priestess, I don't know, has encountered a giant head. Is it a mural or is that 3D? I'm guessing that is a mask. Oh, am I supposed to walk? Shit. I know they wanted me doing anything in there. Moving Sable. Use L. Yeah, there is a quality about this. How did they pull off the animation in there? I mean, would one complain about the frames of animation missing? I don't know. I guess I can look around. What do you want me to do, game? I mean, I'm kind of assuming this is where I came in from, actually. Press A to jump. That's a novel thought. Whoa, floaty jump. Big floaty jump. Ever since Super Mario Brothers, maybe even Mario Brothers, the original from like 82 or 83. Actually, maybe I don't think Donkey Kong had the same jump physics. It may or may not have. But the ability to glide yourself midair is very much a game thing. Oh, I am climbing to nowhere. There is a symbol. I'm going to hit buttons. Okay, hold on. I found crouch. That's down on the left stick. Alright, she likes to climb. When I see the name Sable, that can only bring to mind one thing, and that is WWF's Sable. Oh, kind of an odd-looking gal. I think I really feel like her position in wrestling was she was essentially a clone of Pamela Anderson. It's like you can't get Pamela Anderson, so you got to get somebody that looks like her. Yeah, this looks so much like an 80s graphic novel. It really does. Not seeing a whole ton of handheld holding here, but you know, maybe this will play a little bit like Journey. Do we call it a Journey-like, where you're kind of left to figure out your own task? At what point does fall damage kick in? Can she climb that? Sprinting. Oh, I was climbing and it undid the thing. Alright, well, we're gonna go to that spire where the smoke is. Alright, so do I hold B to sprint? Is that what it's saying? Yeah. If there is a sprint gauge, I cannot see it. Man, the last time I held B to run in a game, I don't think I've ever done that on the Xbox. Not on the Xbox One. Certainly not on the Xbox Series X. And I really badly need some chapstick or something here. Ibex Camp. Okay, so they have to have Ibex-like masks. I can feel Jaddy smiling behind her mask. Oh, shoot. I think that's my character's voice. Or is that someone talking to me? It doesn't have a name. Just so they know she can feel the teeth-baring grimace. I'm nervous that she's softly, sweetly amused. In her eyes, I probably have very little to worry about. Okay. You know, you have nothing to worry about, don't you, Sable? Why is inner monologue being read? Why am I reading the inner monologue? Okay. I don't know what I have to worry about, so there we go. I'll tell her I'm not worried at all, and it's possibly the least convincing I've ever been. You can say that, my love. But I know how you are. You're going to be nervous until you've started, and then you'll act like you've been doing it your whole life. What? Remember the first time you rode a bike? You wouldn't even let me put you on the seat. You were so afraid. Your hands were like little claws gripping onto me. I feel the memory in my fingers. This is I don't like this inner monologue as... Is this going to be ongoing? But then I promised you it was going to be all right. I told you how much I loved riding my bike as a young woman and how wonderful the wind felt through fabric. Suddenly there you were. You sat down, you learned forward, and you had to learn the forward skill, yes. Forward unlocked. You put those little grasping claws on the handles. You were off. And I remember thinking, just watching you tear over the sand, Look at her. She can do whatever she wants. Jotty reaches out and places a hand on the edge of my mask. Is Sable not going to talk? Is that this kind of character? Well, I actually kind of talked, sort of, but it's like you gave the option, but then it didn't show up. And you can, Sable. I take a breath. Oh, we're putting breathing in the dialogue box? Alright, fine, I'm ready. I thank Jotty for the encouragement. Tell her with a nod that I think I'm ready. I know you are, so let's get you started. You'll need to talk to Hilly and Driz. Driz should already have made the arrangements for your bike, and Hilla will share something, well, let's say, useful as it is fun. I think I might suspect what Jotty's saying, but I stay quiet. After that, I suppose we'll see you off. Whatever. I tell Jotty I'll be back soon. I do not like the way dialogue is handled in this. Not just for the fact that there's no voice actor, but that I'm choosing options without my character saying I'm back. It seems odd. It's kind of like you won't really be able to have a conversation here. Sable, don't go planning your return before you've even left. Take all the time you need. It's a big decision you're making out there. Decision for what? I tell her that's why I'm so eager to make it, to choose the well and quickly so that I don't go too far down the wrong path. Look at the sun setting over there. Cool. Whatever you decide, you do with my blessing. So don't... It's weird how it's like, and then I felt this, and I told her this. Well, then why not just active voice tell her? So don't try using me as an excuse too early. Come on, she knows me. Okay. Now go speak with Hilla. I'll be there to see you off. And speak to Driz as well. I've told him to arrange your bike for Sizzo. With Sizzo, but you know how he is. I have something to give you, a compass to help you on your... At least you get the compass early, and you don't have to slay 100 little bush bugs to then go up the mine shaft you went down without a compass. Or at least we're getting the basics out of the way. You looking at that shit? If Hollow Knight 2 Silk Song starts with you not having a compass, I will shred that game a new one so bad. No one's going to make an indie game ever again. Not an indie Metroidvania with hand-drawn HD graphics. They won't be doing that shit. I have something to give you. Commerce gliding. Okay, I take the device in my palm. It fits naturally there, perfectly weighted and crafted. Does that matter? Shit. Each component glides together with incredible, satisfying precision. What the hell? Oh, Jesus. Alright. Oh, I have to hold the compass. Ah, shit. I can't read that because the stream bar is in the way. What? I can't read the top thing. It says, I need to complete tasks for Hill and Drizzle. Alright, so I'm thinking that these markers indicate the direction to go. The ceremony. Okay, I can read it on my phone screen. Okay. What do I do with you? As I approach Hillel, they give, and it... Oh my god. We're doing this. Oh yeah, the pandering is real here, guys. This game is getting all of the big points with the critics. I've always appreciated Hillel's verve and vigor, and on a day like this, I'm ready to match it with a touch of nerves balance. Sable, take this. Hillel hands me a small round stone nestled in my palm. Oh my god, this game is pissing me off. You think I'm mad about the pronouns? Everything I have to touch. I pick up the sword. It feels a little bit sticky. Like, what? It sits in my hand, my fingers are wrapped around it, like... What? Oh, Jesus. Thank you. I'm gonna say, what is this? I try to sound less confused, but then I try to sound less confused than I am, but I ask Hill what this is. Oh, Sable, you can't leave without it. What I've just given you is a gliding stone. What do you feel? I tell Hillel that I feel fuzziness. Then you're doing it right. What you feel is that stone is openness. I look at the stone, it seems quite... Gliding stones are vessels for the perpetual. They suck up its power like little sponges and hold it there for you to channel. What? Right now it's empty or dormant and waiting for you to feel it. Ugh. Oh my god, I might be coming apart on this game. Like, this could be the spiritual successor to Hollow Knight. Take it to the temple ruin at the edge of the canyon. You'll be able to activate it there. Hill claps their hands twice and bobs a little. I appreciate it. Shit. Come back to me once that's done. You want to hear about... Why can't you do this shit? Oh, I haven't forgotten your bike yet, have you? It's a bit of a trek to the temple to go see Driz. He was meant to... Oh, we're an actual he. Oh, wow. Meant to get that ready for you, yes? I remember Jowdy's words now, then tell Hillel that I'll go and see Driz. Wow, I have half the mind, honestly, to stop this game before I get an achievement, because I'm such a completionist that if I get one achievement, I'm going to end up having to beat the game. But I can quit now and just be angry about playing it at all. I could do, and now I can't get off the damn wall. Because your climb is so sticky that you don't push anything to climb. You just, as soon as you start touching the wall. And I don't, how do you climb a tent? Is this a Drizzy postbox logging in? Oh shit. No messages. Good. Activate the gliding stone at the altar. And I have a feeling that'll unlock the achievement that will then piss me off for having an achievement. This is shaping up to be a Vaughn doesn't play the rest of this game type of game already. Oh, Jesus, shit. What is this? Is this a Drizzy? Irma is a man of few words. There's nothing... Yeah, smart guy. Oh, wow. These lined up look really suggestive. These two... Oh, these rocks right there. Yeah. Oh, this is not going well, guys. Activate the gliding stone at the altar. Okay, well, I think... I mean, you can kind of see this indicator here. So what's the altar? Surely the altar's at the camp, right? I mean, I've got this thing in front of my head, and it kind of makes me think I need to go that way. I mean, this is a compass, right? Shit, this is not going well at all. Alright, let's hurry it up, come on. I guess that's my stamina right there. So what's the altar? Come on. I mean, now surely the altar's not over here. Like, how the hell does the compass work? This doesn't make any sense. I don't see an altar. I'm gonna head back to camp. Where I have all the regrets. Jesus. Are we having fun yet? I mean, at least in Hollow Knight I was whacking shit. Whacking grass, whacking bugs. Okay, we've got somebody waving to me up there. Can I get my ass back up? Forgot with such climbing ability, I guess I don't really need to go around stuff, do I? Is this the person, the Driz? She looks out across the land. Zeki's shoulders sag a little. I wonder what she's thinking about. No. Shit. Zeki's voice incredibly some whatever. Ilaria over there. What is this going to be a quest? Parenting. Oh, so hold on. I think if I go rescue the kid, am I going to regret doing this? Am I going to pick up an achievement and get pissed off? What are we doing? Catching her breath? I think she has limited climb. Like if I hold that, because the stamina might go down. Right, so you wait for the stamina to go up. Go and try to get a running start. Laura, I love climbing. I love climbing. That's it? I want to get higher, right up to where the balloon goes. What balloon? That one? Alright, whatever the hell. That was a waste of time. Alright, what could an altar be? Activate the gliding stone. I guess climb up here, maybe? Shit, I can't see. This is my last ditch effort at finding what a gliding stone altar might be here. Are you Driz? Sizzo looks busy. I should leave her too. That's a her? Oh, whatever. Oh, screw that. I'm done with this. Really cool art style. Derailed by some bad choices. Vince McMahon would not approve of the use of the name Sable.